Okay, Isabella, I'm so excited for this. Like, this has been such a journey, you know?
Oh, totally, Sophia. And I feel like people are going to be like, good life guide? Huh? What does that even mean? What's the guide part?
Exactly. It's really about giving you, well, everyone, the knowledge, the perspective, and the actual tools, to live your best life. And I think that sounds like a little cliche sometimes, but it's really about navigating some of those incredibly difficult, confusing, and let's be honest, exhausting challenges we all face. But we want to do it in a way that actually feels easy to listen to. And I think that's key, right? It's not supposed to be overwhelming.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the time, especially when you're going through something really hard, the last thing you want is another like really heavy, really dense thing to try and understand, right? You just want it to click. You want to feel like someone actually gets it, can like break it down for you.
Absolutely. That's exactly it. We want it to be understandable, like truly, like you leave feeling like, oh, I actually get that now, versus, well, that was a lot.
So, how is this different then? Because there are, a lot of podcasts out there talking about well being and health. What makes GLG unique in that sense?
That's a great question, Izzy. I think the core of it is that it's just us, two friends. It's less like a formal lecture and so much more like just sitting in on a real, honest conversation with people who just get it. We're not pretending anything here. It's back and forth dialogue, honest questions, personal stories, because we both have them, right? And moments where things are broken down right there in real time. The kind of conversations that just make complex topics suddenly click. Like, oh, that's what that means.
Yeah, because it's like sometimes you hear things and you're like, I'm supposed to know this, but I don't. Or that sounds really complicated and you just need someone to simplify it. No jargon, right? Like no big words that make you feel silly for not understanding.
Totally. No jargon, no pretending. Just two people, like, just talking through things the way friends do. And I think that's really crucial. It's about that genuine connection. We're covering everything from mental health, physical health, chronic pain, to really nuanced things like fascia, nutrition, psychology, and relationships. It's a lot, but it all comes back to, living a good life.
Wow, that's a really broad range of topics, Sophia. I mean, chronic pain, fascia, nervous system regulation, these can feel really overwhelming for people. How do we how do we make those things accessible without simplifying them so much that they lose their meaning?
That's exactly our mission, really. These are topics that are so often presented as like boring or overly technical. And this podcast, it exists to translate them into plain, relatable language that you can actually use, in your real life. Like when we talk about nervous system regulation, we're not just going to throw out scientific terms. We're going to talk about what it actually feels like in your body, what it looks like in your daily interactions, and what simple, practical things you can do right now to like shift that. So it's not just information, it's transformation, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Because I feel like I've read so many articles or listened to things where I'm like, okay, I understand the concept, but what do I do with it? Like it just floats there. So making it actionable, that's key. And I think that's what people really, really crave.
Yeah, and it's also about things like illness, burnout, and what it's really like to support yourself or someone you love through like really hard seasons. Because those are the moments when you need that guidance the most, right?
And what I really appreciate about our conversation, Sophia, is that we bring our own lived experience to the table. And I think that's super important, especially when we talk about things like chronic pain and long-term health challenges. It's not just theoretical for us, is it?
No, not at all, Izzy. And that means our conversations, they don't gloss over the hard parts. Like, we're not going to pretend that healing is this linear, beautiful, like aesthetic journey, Because it's not.
It's talked about honestly, with so much nuance, humor, which we definitely need, compassion, and realism. We've walked through some of those incredibly messy, confusing moments ourselves, so we understand that. Like, it's not always a straight line to feeling better.
Yeah, and sometimes it feels like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, right? And I think that's why it's so important to have that authentic voice. Because if someone's telling you, "Oh, just do this and everything will be perfect," you immediately know that they don't really get it. And that's just not what we're about here.
Absolutely not. This is a space for people who want to understand what's happening in their body, their mind, their relationships, without feeling overwhelmed or judged or talked down to, because that just shuts you down, you know?
So, what can listeners really expect to take away from an episode, Sophia? Like, after they've listened to us chat, what's that feeling going to be like?
That's a beautiful question. I think you'll leave feeling more informed, definitely, more grounded, which is so important right now, and definitely less alone. It should feel like you just had a really helpful conversation with people who, like, genuinely care, because we do. And it's not just about listening, right? We also have guided visualizations and gentle support tools available for when you want to go beyond just listening and actually integrate what you're learning, like at your own pace, without any pressure at all.
Oh, that's amazing, actually. Because sometimes, you hear something really profound and you want to like hold on to it, but you don't know how to carry it into your day to day. So having those guided tools, that's really practical. It's everything you need to understand yourself better. Conversations that truly make hard things easier to grasp. And then tools to help you navigate, overcome, and just like really move through life's toughest moments, with clarity, with resilience, and with so much support. We're here for it all. So, with all these amazing insights and tools, Sophia, where can our beautiful listeners find us and dive deeper into this journey?
That's a fantastic question, Izzy. You can find the Good Life Guide podcast on all major platforms, as well as on YouTube, and we'll have all the links conveniently placed in the description for you. For even more tools and resources to help you integrate what you learn, visit goodlifeguide.org. Though do note, it's still a work in progress, but growing every day.
And while you're there, please remember to subscribe, like, and sign up for notifications so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you know someone who would find this valuable, someone wanting to live their best life too, please share it with them. We're building a truly special community here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on this inaugural episode. We truly look forward to growing this community and channel with all you beautiful souls out there. This is just the beginning of our journey together.